What's up YouTube? Felipe here from Team 2OU. Gonna do a deck profile on Macro Rabbit. Let's get to the deck list. 2 Rescue Rabbit, your 6 normals, 3 Sabersaurs, 3 Kappa. And then we got the Tour Guide Engine. These cards have been getting dropped for cards I've seen, or like Thunder King Rayas. Like, those cards are good and all, but they, like Card I like it in a way. It lets you draw cards, but Tour Bus creates power plays, which this deck lacks. This deck lacks big power plays as much as in previous formats, because you don't have your Sandgan to search anymore. So, the power plays he lets you get are like resolving 3 Rescue Rabbits, or resolving 2 Rabbits, like if you drew too many normals, and he puts a Tour Guide back in deck, so it lets you have better top decks in late game, and the Night Assailant's good in the mirror, and it gives you that extra Tour Guide target just in case you do draw the bus. 3 Guaiba, it's great against water. It's alright against Fire Fist if you can like back it up with a Lance, and in the mirror, it's bad. I don't care if you have the Lance, it's still pretty bad. And then the 2 Spirit Reapers. Spirit Reaper gives you a dimension in the deck that none of the other monsters do except Night Assailant. It allows you to set a monster and wait a turn before you actually go on with a big play. And getting his effect off to knock a card out of your opponent's hand is very good. On to the spells. Run 3 Mystical Space Typhoon. It's too good not at 3 right now, like hitting Tenkies or chaining to Abyss Spheres. In the mirror, hitting like traps in the end phase. Very good. 3 Lance. If you're not running 3 Lance in Dino Rabbit, you need to run 3. It's too good. Like, backing this up, even when you back this up with Guaiba or a Logia or Doka, you usually win the duel. Or like, especially since Fiendish Chain's so popular now, and just being like they Fiendish your Rabbit, I mean not Rabbit, but Tour Guide. Chain this, get your thing, exceed, and take control over the game. 2 copies of Duality. This lets you search your combo pieces, because like I said, the deck really lacks power plays like it used to have, so lets you dig for things like your MSTs, your lands, anything that you really need. You have the Book of Moon. I still like the card because it improves your Fire Fist matchup. And against water, it's alright. And in the mirror, it can be pretty good if they summon a rabbit and then you're able to hit one of their normals and stop them from exceeding. And then you have your Mind Control, which I like. I use it in pretty much any deck I run, because with Exceeds especially, like, lets you make broken plays, and if you can take Utopia, go into Utopia Ray or stuff like that, or even let you push for game. And then you have your 3 staples: Monster Reborn, Heavy Storm, and Dark Hole. So that's it for the spells, and now to the traps. 2 Bottomless, self-explanatory. 2 Fiendish Chain, good against the whole meta, especially against water if you can hit a Megalo or something. And against, in the mirror, it's alright if you can hit a Logia or Doka or the Guide. And against Fire Fist, it really increases your matchup. 2D Prison, very good. Hits everything from anti-meta. Against water, it's alright if you can get it like off a Marksman or something. And against the mirror, it's pretty good. Mirror Force. I was thinking about not running this card, but after testing against windups and their OTKs, like, it really helps because I don't main Compulse, and Compulse is very good against windups, so it gives me an out to their whole field besides Tears or Maestroke. Then the 2 Macrocosmos, good against pretty much anything in the format. Even in the decks that it doesn't really kill, like, it's decent, like, against windups. You can stop their windup rats, People's Reborn, their Avarice, if they run it. You got your 2 Tarantula, self-explanatory, and then the Solemn Duo. Onto the side deck. 2 Snowman Eater, good against everything like anti-meta, the mirror, hero. Decent against Fire Fist. I wouldn't recommend siding it in though against them, but you can if you would like it. Not that bad against them. 2 Thunder King, good against meta. It's very good against water, especially the Mono Mermails that everyone is running. It's decent against the Undyne build also. So, then 2 Veiler, I decided to send against Fire Fist because them getting their monster effects off is very hard to deal with, and it increases your wind-up matchup games 2 and 3 when you don't have the Macrocosmos in against them. And it's good against like silly decks like Insectors that should not be in the format. 2 copies of Max C. It goes good with the Veilers and this card Gores. Like against because windups can be really hard matchup if you don't get a Dolka quick, so stops them from doing their play. Or if they go for an OTK, you have one of your 2 Veilers or your Gores, and you stop their OTK, and then you can usually make a Dolka the next turn, or you like have a heavy storm to push for game. 2 copies of DeFi makes your water matchup better, even though it's usually a good matchup if you can get to your like Dolkas, your Macrocosmos quick. And it's good against like Dark Worlds and Chaos Dragon. 2 level limits, pretty good against the whole meta. A new strategy I've been trying with this card is fighting in Dark World so your Graphless can't game you, and it's actually a good idea. I would recommend trying it. And against Heroes and Chaos Dragons, because Chaos Dragons can be mean. And then 2 Dust Tornadoes. I pretty much side these in against anything in the meta other than Chaos Dragons and Agents. And now to the extra deck. 2 Dolkas, self-explanatory. 2 Logias, the Leviathan, Zenmains, Acid Golem. Like, this card needs some explanation, I guess. It lets you get over big beaters. Like, say against Chaos Dragon, lets you get over Darkness Metal, or Pulsar, ties with BLS. Against Agents, lets you hit Hyperion. Or against Water, it lets you get over Abyss Gaias, which can be a hard card to deal with, since I don't run Soul Takers or Smashings. 110 Tempo deals with Zenmains, because Zenmains is a main card. Leviair. Black Shit Corn. I'm playing this over Photon, because it actually gets rid of the problem instead of just putting in attack mode to attack over. And it's another Zenmains out. Dweller. This card I didn't used to actually like. I would not extra deck it in Rabbit, but there were certain situations where you needed the Dweller because their Dolka wouldn't be able to negate their whole thing. So, and the 500 boost helps because if Day Sighting goes in, you can use 2 Kabbas to go into that and still have good negation against them. Utopia. And then I played Array with Utopia because Utopia Array lets you win games that you should not like. In Down Rabbit, there's games that you're gonna lose because you draw that bad, but this game will steal you games. The Cowboy, self-explanatory, lets you get burn for 800, and it's a target you can hit if your opponent sides and goes and you have the 2 Sabers, or like a Saber and a Rabbit. And then I played Roach as my last card. It was going to be a Roach, like, this card is player preference. I made this into a Roach over the second Leviair, the Photon Pop Imperative, or Chimera Tech, because I was considering citing Cyber Dragon, but I did this just because it's decent against the meta, and I didn't really want Photon, and I didn't need a second Leviair ever in testing, so I decided to go with the Roach. Alright, and that's it for my deck. Peace out, YouTube.